Welcome to Charleston, Illinois for the 1993 Illinois High School Association Girls State Track and Field Meet. Hello everyone, I'm Ann Penstone. Along with me, I'm pleased to have Marva Mangum from Chicago Wells Academy. And Marva, nearly 2,000 young ladies came down here to compete.
That's a large field of competitors, and we have just the perfect weather to accommodate these athletes. It's going to be an awesome track meet today.
It's actually going to be two meets. We have the Class A, the small schools, and the Double A, along with all the individual attempts at stardom, and we've got a whole host of them for you. Among them, Treasure Schultz from Class A, the defending 1,600 and 3,200 meter champion, looking to repeat, and Tyra Holt.
Tyra Holt is looking to also repeat in the 400 meter dash.
Not only a repeat, but it would be a three-peat, having already won twice before. In the Double A, Donna Cargill graduated, the 100, 200, and 400 meter champ. What about people to fill in for her?
Well, Donna Cargill is a hard act to follow, but I think we have in the likes of a Donna Cargill a freshman by the name of Deanna Simmons, who qualified yesterday for 4 events, so she could very well be our new Donna Cargill.
We also have a new member of our team this year. Doing the field events is Julie Jettleson. Julie, what do you have for us out there today?
And Marva, we're going to have a terrific time out here today. It's beautiful, it's not too windy, and we have a wide open field. In fact, only one returning champion from last year, Trisha Wigan from Ottawa. We'll see if she can repeat in the Double A shot put. Also, a 13-year-old record is being challenged in the Double A high jump. I'll have those results in my report a little later. Now back to you.
Thanks a lot, Julie. We look forward to it. We also have a team race going on. We have the A's and the Double A's and the team standings. Nothing counts from yesterday, but it helps if you have a lot of competitors coming in. In the A's, Timothy Christian looks to be a winner as far as numbers and the quality of their competitors, but there's a whole host following them.
That's true, and Timothy Christian looks very strong, but we have an open field for second, third. Mendota has 7 qualifiers, 4 individual and 3 relays. Fairfield, Rochester, any of those is open for a Class A championship.
And in Double A, 10 of the last 11 years, it's been East St. Louis Lincoln. They look really good, but maybe not as dominant as in the past.
That's very true. East St. Louis has not looked as dominant in the past as today, or this state track meet as they did in the past. We have Chicago Morgan Park and Sterling, Evanston, who competed really well yesterday, and we have a new team that's usually not up in the top 4 or 5. That's in the likes of Palatine. They had real nice performance yesterday, so it could be anybody's Double A also.
Well, there you have a look at what may happen, but they're always full of surprises, and we look forward to bringing them to you. The first event will be the 800-meter medley relay, and we'll be back with it after this. Welcome back to O'Brien Stadium in Charleston, Illinois. I'm Ann Penstone, along with me Marva Mangum, and we're about set to bring you the first event of the day. It's going to be the 800-meter medley relay. Class A will be first, followed by Class AA, and then the sequential 17 events to come. And what a gorgeous day out here. You see the temperature's about 77. It is breezy. Coming wind out of the south, 12 to 15, a little bit gusty. We'll be right into the faces of the young ladies as they start this race. And there you have the lane assignments for this first one. In lane 1, Winchester. Lane 2, Fairfield. In 3, Colfax Ridgeview Co-op. In lane 4, Monmouth. In 5, Fulton. In 6, Tuscola. In 7, Lena Winslow. In 8, the team favorite, Timothy Christian out of Elmhurst, Illinois. And in lane 9, Litchfield, filling all 9 lanes of this beautiful track here at Eastern Illinois University. The runners are loosening up. They have the dubious honor and the great exciting task to start us off today, and this is one of the great events, Marva.
Yes, it certainly is. These ladies will be running 110, 110, 400, 220, and 400. 110, 110, 200 will be in the lanes. The last leg, who runs the quarter, will be able to cut right in front of us between the orange cones, cut for the pole.
What a gorgeous crowd we have on today, and I got to tell you, they are not only loud and noisy and respectful, but they're also very knowledgeable. They've been here before, and we look forward to bringing this to you. Starter Mary O'Brien has set the races to the mark, and we're about to start it up.
See, the guy using it's going to be more down.
There.
Clean start, that's what we want to see. See if we can see who's making up the staggers. We have 100 meters in this first leg. Looks like in the middle of the track right now, Fulton moving rather well in red, black, and white. Handoffs, clean on the outside, nice by
Nice
Litchfield.
pass.
And also Timothy Christian with a good inside. Monmouth is moving well, along with Tuscola in gold over black. Next leg is a 200. First exchange, Tuscola and Litchfield on the outside. Fulton making a big move in black over red. In the middle of the track, right next to them, is Monmouth. Fulton right now looks very good. They will exchange and we'll have a 400-meter runner who may cut in as soon as she gets the baton. On the outside you see Timothy Christian, and inside right now looks to be Fulton first. Fulton, then Tuscola, and on the inside now we got Fulton, Tuscola right behind, followed by Monmouth and Timothy Christian moving up on the outside in white. 400 meters to go with a state championship on the line. They're maintaining their distance right now as they settle into the backstretch. Fulton with a good lead, now moved by Monmouth on the outside. Monmouth moving up outside, looking to take the lead with a little over 200 meters to go. And Monmouth with a great move around the outside going into the turn. Monmouth, Fulton, Tuscola, and Timothy Christian are your first four runners right now. And there's another battle. Here comes Fulton coming back. Was that move too early? Fulton coming back. It's Fulton and Monmouth. Fulton now with about 50 meters to go. The legs feeling dead, and a state championship first event. Fulton, and right at the end, Tuscola overtakes Monmouth, followed by Timothy Christian in the Class A 800-meter medley relay. Great run by senior Amy Snyder in that 400. Unofficially, the time 1:49.27, Marva.
That was a good run. That was a good run. Now we're looking at Fulton in black and white over black, and she's about to overtake Monmouth. Okay, she made her move right here.
It's about 50 meters to go.
About 50 meters to go. Monmouth had overtaken Fulton, and then Fulton came right back. Real nice run.
Unofficially, the hugs all around. Fulton, Class A champions in the 800-meter medley relay. The state record was 148.8, held by Peoria Bergen in 1983. Does not appear that that was broken here today with the win, but a great run and a great anchor leg. Coming up, double A. And in that race, there are your lane assignments. Aurora East in lane 1. In lane 2, Vikings of Home and Flossmoor. In lane 3, East St. Louis Lincoln with their first event to look after another state championship. In 4, Rich Central from Olympia Fields. In 5, challenger to that state crown, Morgan Park out of Chicago. With one of the freshmen involved with the 4 events, Decatur MacArthur. In lane 7, Sterling High School. In lane 8, Glenbard North and Carroll Stream. And East St. Louis Senior in lane 9. Those will be your double A medley relay participants. And we're ready for the start for the double A 800-meter medley relay. The runners have been called to their marks.
Need to keep an eye on Chicago Morgan Park.
Set.
And it's clean, that's what
It's a
you
good
hope.
start.
Right now, Morgan Park making a move in white over green. Right now, coming out on Decatur MacArthur. They look strong right now. Handoffs will be crucial. Having trouble. Morgan Park had to stop the handoff.
Yeah, the pass is not clean.
East St. Louis Lincoln moving well on the inside, and Decatur MacArthur moving well. Morgan Park, young lady, second leg, making a great move. Their third handoff was good. It's East St. Louis Lincoln in orange with Decatur MacArthur, and moving strongly now, East St. Louis Lincoln ready to hand off for the 400-meter runner. Lincoln all alone right now as they about made up the staggers. Now moving outside, Decatur MacArthur moving in front of Morgan Park for second, and moving well on the inside, Aurora East. Lincoln has the baton, and they have cut in. It is Lincoln, followed by Decatur MacArthur, and Morgan Park and Aurora East battling out for third. Morgan Park now moving ahead. East St. Louis Lincoln has got the lead. Morgan Park moving on the outside of Decatur MacArthur. Running in tandem down the back stretch, about 300 meters to go. They are gaining some ground on the young lady from East St. Louis Lincoln at this point with about 2:30 to go. Morgan Park with a good move. They want the team championship. They want to take away what East St. Louis Lincoln Tigerettes have held for so long. But right now the Tigerettes are saying, not so fast. It's still ours. You got to come get it. East St. Louis Lincoln cruising with 70 meters to go. But now Decatur MacArthur making a move on the outside. East St. Louis Lincoln is going to win this race. Decatur MacArthur, but there is a huge battle coming for third. Right now, there's the tink. You call it. It looked like Morgan Park just got in for third with Decatur MacArthur in second, Morgan Park in third, and unofficial East St. Louis Lincoln, your champs at 1:45.77. That will not challenge the state record of 1:42.4 held by Chicago South Shore in 1984, but doesn't lessen the excitement of a state championship.
Okay, that's kind of close.
Oh.
That's too close to call.
Great finish, and we'll leave it up to our wonderful AccuTrack people to figure out who won that. But there are your unofficial champs, East St. Louis Lincoln and the 800-meter medley relay. Well, we are well underway here, and we've got another exciting relay coming up for you. In Class A, it will be the 3,200-meter relay. And this relay is begins in lanes and then takes in. We've got 2 pages of teams here for you as they are run in alleys. The state record is 9:30.98, held by Maple Park Canelan. In Alley 1, we've got Westmont, Mendota, and Delavan. In Alley 2, Buda Western, Lombard, Montini, and Yorkville. In Alley 3, Rock Island Alleman, Rockford Lutheran, and Herscher High School. And in Alley 4, bringing up the outside, Dunlap, Mahomet Seymour, and Breeze Mater Dei. Each young lady will run 2 laps in 800 meters. Exchanges and relays are crucial. Look at the middle of the track in lanes 3, Morgan Park, white over green on the first exchange in that last relay.
On the first exchange, I don't know whether it was the second leg who didn't take off when she should have, or the first leg was just coming in too fast. But you see here, she holds her hand out, and she's running, still holding her hand, waiting for the baton to be put into her hand. This is when they lost ground, and they never regained it.
Well, there's the start of the 3,200 Class A. They will go around the curve in their alleys, 3 to 2 lanes, and then be able to cut in. We'll cover 1 lap for you and cut away and then come back with the finish. Let's see if we can tell you who it is as they come around. They will cut at the cones as long as they do not impede a runner. Moving inside looks to be Rock Island Alleman right now. Coming up on the inside is Westmont. In orange is Mahomet Seymour. And Dunlap on the outside. So right now leading is Rock Island Alleman, followed by Dunlap, Westmont, and Mahomet Seymour. Your pack of 4 with 200 meters to go. Each young lady runs 2 laps for a total of 8 for the 3,200 meters. 2 miles, if you're not talking meters. Every lap will be crucial. They'll be running between 220 and 240 splits as a rule. And right now it's still Rock Island Alleman with Westmont moving a little bit outside. The Lady Eagles of Dunlap. So we've got the 2 gold jerseys running in tandem as we approach the end of the first lap of the 3,200A relay. And right now it's Rock Island Alleman followed by Westmont and Dunlap. When last we left you, Rock Island Alleman was in the lead. Right now with a lap and 200 meters to go, the same thing is true, but right now being overtaken by Westmont on the outside, followed by Dunlap and Delavan. So right now into the lead is Westmont. They have taken the lead in this race. It has exchanged hands a number of times.
It certainly has.
Looks to be a 4-team race at this point with Westmont looking good. Little over a lap to go as they come up to the bell lap. With 1 lap to go, it is Westmont, Rock Island Alleman, Dunlap, and Delavan. Those are your 4 leaders. And that's Julie Arsenault, a junior, running the anchor leg and looking extremely strong. She made a strong move to pass, and she looks to simply be lengthening it. Now moving into second is Dunlap, making the move outside of Rock Island Alleman.
And here comes someone else.
300 meters to go. That is Delavan now making the great move on the outside. There's our second group of runners. That's 3 and 4 are now making a move. You see Rock Island Alleman in the middle is Delavan. Maybe made that move too soon and working on Dunlap. But right now it is all Westmont with about 110 meters to go. There you see them coming around the curve and the spacing, and Westmont, Julie Arsenault looks like she's going to bring home a state championship for her team, running into the wind as the crowd brings her home. Class A 3,200 meter relay. Delavan making a move, about 50 meters to go. But it looks, Dunlap runner looks strong. Arsenault is going to bring it home, and your state champ's going to be Westmont. Then Dunlap, Delavan, and Rock Island Alleman in a great 3,200 meter relay race. The fatigue of the runner showing she ran a tremendous leg on that one.
She certainly did, but it was the third leg that really got her that lead.
She sure took it with about 200 meters plus a lap to go and never relinquished it. And at the end, the gold. This is just coming into the curve at 200 meters plus a lap to go.
And she had been seesawing back and forth with Rock Island. And after she takes this lead, she never relinquishes it.
She still had a lap to go, but that was Julie Arsenault bringing her home at the time unofficially 9:55.11. State record held by Maple Park Canelan in 1986 of 9:30.98. And there's a look at a state champion. And we have another one just like it for you here in the 3,200 class AA. And here's who's going after it. It's a who's who of state cross-country teams right off the top. They're going at each other again. Leading the pack 4-time state cross-country champs, Palatine High School. Along with them in the same alley, Lyons Township of LaGrange and Evanston Township making another strong showing here at the meet. Regina Dominican, a fairly new face. Good, they'll be in all black, a very nice team ahead. Great performances yesterday. Naperville North, very strong cross-country team, as is Sterling. And you've got Barrington, Glenbard North finished runner-up state cross-country. Prospect from Mount Prospect, Glenbard West out of Glen Ellen, Pekin, and Libertyville. All names that the distance aficionados are familiar with, and it ought to be a great race. There you see them from the front, the 3,200 AA in their alleys. 3 deep, 3 wide, and 2 lanes. And you have 4 sets of that, so you have 12 teams out there. And the record is held by a team in this race. It's held by Palatine High School in 1991 with a time of 9:14.47. 2 of the young ladies, they were also defending champs from last year, though they did not win the event. And on that team last year were Julie Justman, a senior, and Erin Reddick, that will likely run the anchor leg, though we're not sure of that because they can switch from who they ran yesterday. You have a look at Barrington looking across. That's Glenbard North, Prospect High School. So Barrington would like to break their own record, and they're also looking for a lot of team points. There's Glenbard West and the rest of the field. A very good field. These kids are no strangers to each other. They have raced in cross country for a number of years, and most of these kids are cross country runners with running the half mile. See the last relay crossing the track there. We have some awards going on in this finally run meet. And Ola Bundy is the assistant executive director of the IHSA, and she's solely responsible for putting on this meet. And with the help of hundreds of volunteers who come down out of loyalty to Ola, as well as wanting to help give a fair meet for everybody. And it's a lot of fun to be down here. If you haven't thought about it, want something to do, come down and work the meet. I guarantee you, you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Starter has whistled for the beginning. Once again, they have to stay in lanes until about 100 meters. It's a clean start.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Class AA.
You won't want to get boxed in here. You want to make sure you have a way to move. And they're keeping their pacing right now, and they're going to be settling in. Palatine is on the inside, white over red.
Oh, there's a spill. And there's a flag.
We have Glenbard West taking a fall. We don't know if it was caused or she fell on her own. There is a flag up. Right now your leaders are Palatine High School
Wilmette.
and Regina Dominican out of Wilmette. Followed closely by Evanston, Lyons Township, and on the outside Glenbard North. Palatine once again defending two-time champs and state record holders, not necessarily with the same kids. Regina Dominican is in second in all black, and it's Palatine with the lead right now. In a very tight pack. We expected this. These runners are all well matched. And after one lap, it's Palatine with a slight lead, followed by Regina Dominican. With a lap and a half to go, when we last left you, Palatine was leading, and nothing has changed, though the pack is not so tight. There you see Julie Justman leading the rest of the runners through the field, and Lyons Township gets Carrie Baxter in second. Everyone else is a good deal distance behind. We're coming up on the straightaway in the home stretch, and they will have a lap to go. But right now, it's all Palatine. They have readjusted their lineup. Julie Justman usually runs the leadoff leg, but Erin Reddick will be running, was one of the favorites in the 3200. They probably wanted to give her more rest. It's Julie Justman and Carrie Baxter with one lap to go. And you see Regina Dominican in third, and there's a fight for fourth. It's Naperville North and Glenbard North. Julie keeping her lead. The spacing seems to be about the same. It's easy to see as they go around the curve with a nice long stride. But Carrie not losing touch with it. There's still a chance.
Entering the final 200 meters is Palatine.
Julie Justman looks to be lengthening her lead at this point, and coming up strongly is Regina Dominican, making up some ground in the backstretch as you see Julie with the nice easy strides. Julie's a senior. She's been here before. She was on the state record holding team and was on the state championship team last year. With 100 meters to go, it's all Julie Justman and the Pirates of Palatine. But there is a huge race coming right now. Regina Dominican making the move on Lyons Township for runner-up, and she's going to come after Julie as well. She's got a lot left, but there's a lot of distance to go. Now Lyons Township fighting her back as Justman comes to the finish line for another state championship for the Pirates, and it is going to be Palatine. Regina nosing out Lyons Township for third, and then coming up for fourth and fifth will be Naperville North, and making a move on the inside, but not soon enough, is Glenbard North. If you look at the finish line, what a great race. Crossing there is Barrington, then Pekin, and coming up right after them, Evanston Township. Julie Justman catching her breath with a great anchor leg after she took the handoff from freshman Carolyn Kearns, the coach's daughter.
Okay, we're looking at Palatine, who had taken the lead at, first Palatine, second Wilmette or Regina Dominican, and third LaGrange Lyons.
Unofficially that time, 9:22:59. The Class AA 3,200 meter relay champs, Palatine. Our next race will be the 400 meter relay where handoffs are crucial. The broadcast rights for the Illinois High School Girls Track and Field Championships have been granted to Sports Channel by the Illinois High School Association. Any reproduction or rebroadcast of this event without the express written consent of Sports Channel and the IHSA is prohibited. We have on the track for you the 400 meter Class A relay. 4 handoffs and a sprint to the finish. In lane 1, Madison. Lane 2, Rochester. Lane 3, Cairo, the defending champs. In lane 4, Forreston. In lane 5, Rushville. In 6, Moments. 7, Newton. 8, Anna Jonesboro. And out in 9, Mendota. Watch the middle of the track lanes, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They've been seated for those positions. And it's a clean start. See who's making established real quickly on the outside. Looks like Newton making a nice move and Rushville holding their own. Right now, Newton out in lane 7 doing a nice job. First exchange, good one by Rushville on the inside of the track, and the outside is Moments. Rushville making a nice move on the inside in purple. We go to runner number 3. Nice hand up by Rushville. We had also a good hand off on the inside. Inside was Rochester, but right now we've got coming up in our 4th runner. Middle of the track, it is Rushville in lane 5 with the lead. Moving well on the inside is Rochester. Rochester on a great handoff on that inside in lane 2. Looks to be running away, and coming up on the outside is also Newton and Jonesboro. Mendota making a move, but it looks to be Rochester with the win after a great handoff to the 4th runner. Unofficially the time, 49.86. Out of lane 2, boy, they blistered that track. The state record was 49.03, Rock Island Alleman. And what a great race for 2nd. There you see Rushville, Mendota on the outside, and Newton. Let's watch it. It appears out of lane 7 to be Newton, but we're not official.
That was a good race.
But there you see the Rockets of Rochester, and they were just exactly that. What a great race in the 400-meter relay. The champs. And coming up, we have the same thing once again, and this time it's AA. If you like that, you'll love this too. In lane 1, Peoria Manual. In lane 2, Rock Island. In 3, East St. Louis Lincoln. In lane 4, Evanston. In lane 5, Chicago Morgan Park. In lane 6, Kankakee. In 7, Oak Park River Forest. In 8, Chicago Heights Bloom. And that's Kim Watson, who gave the oath of the athletes and was one of the outstanding athletes of this meet. Really nice to see her out there. And lane 9, Richton Park, Rich South High School. The runners have been called to their marks. The defending champs, East St. Louis Lincoln. One young lady off that team from last year. That's Dawn Anthony. She's just a junior. And they also hold the state record set in 1988 of 46.96. This race will be won in the handoffs, Marva.
It certainly will. This is such a quick relay that the handoffs are crucial. You got to make a clean exchange.
Well, we certainly have seen some tough handoffs. Chicago Morgan Park, as we replayed for you earlier, we also had a young lady go down in the 3,200-meter relay. Of course, all our results are unofficial, and we don't know if there was any disqualification as a result of that collision or not. If we hear anything, we will certainly let you know. But right now, we're getting ready for the AA. Again, we have 4x100. And these teams have been going at each other for years. Several of them have returned to this event. Evanston and East St. Louis Lincoln, Chicago Morgan Park, and Kankakee particularly are always in the thick of this race.
They certainly are. This is going to be an exciting race. And again, as we said, the passing is going to be crucial, the timing.
Waiting to make sure all the officials are ready. Curve and exchange inspectors are really crucial in this event. They have an extended area for which they must pass the baton. And of course, there's an ideal point when both runners are at top speed. That's what you hope for, but of course, you've at least got to get it within the zone.
On your marks.
Runners are called to their marks. Keep your eye on the center of the track. East St. Louis in 3, Evanston in 4, Morgan Park in 5, and Kankakee in 6. Good start. Making a move right now on the outside. Oak Park River Forest is getting a good leg, and coming on the inside is Rock Island with an excellent leg. Handoffs were clean. Moving on the outside. Inside right now, Evanston Township looking really good in the middle of the track. Right next to them is Chicago Morgan Park with a good move. Morgan Park with a great exchange, but Evanston legging on the third leg.
This is going to be close.
Evanston and Morgan Park in the middle. Evanston and orange. Morgan Park white over green, and making a move now East St. Louis Lincoln in the all orange. Evanston with a great handoff. It's Evanston, Morgan Park, and East St. Louis Lincoln. Morgan Park with a great
inside lane.
Inside lane, East St. Louis Lincoln, Morgan Park on the outside, East St. Louis Lincoln.
That was really a race. It looked like a dead heat. I mean, you call it.
Beautiful Beautiful, unofficially 47.66. As you look at Morgan Park, here's the finish.
Here's the finish. We had East St. Louis and Morgan Park. They almost going neck to neck, and right here, I don't know, you call it.
It looks to be East
You
St.
call
Louis,
it.
Lincoln.
No, it looks dead heat.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to do the tough job that the AccuTrack people have to down the videotape, but I assure you they do
That was a
usually
great run.
job. That was terrific.
That was terrific, and Morgan Park didn't pick up until the third exchange.
There you see the judges talking over to make sure of the finish. It is tough. You imagine we got to see that in slow motion replay. Imagine seeing that firsthand at full speed and trying to decide. Let's look one more time.
Okay, right now East St. Louis has it. Now here comes Morgan Park. Okay, we're talking about torso now. We're not talking about an arm crossing the tape or the baton. We're talking about the upper torso. Okay, now from here, East St. Louis might look like she has a little bit more, but we're gonna let them figure it out. It's too close. It was a good race.
I tell you, we have the finest
race.
equipment available. It's a videotape machine that can be stopped frame by frame in thousandths of a second. So I guarantee you, what we can't see, they'll be able to, and it will be fairly done by Lynn Andracki and the AccuTrack staff. And the official word, it is East St. Louis Lincoln winning the 400-meter relay class AA with a time of 47.8. And now let's set the next event for you, which is going to be the 3,200-meter run, Heat 2. Winning the first heat was Maria Herber out of Argenta Oriana. Kathy Greenfield, Timothy Christian, we expect a good race between she and Treasure Schultz. Laura Witek, Marion Central. Susan Page, Elmwood. Joy Catrano, Mendota. Laurel Harandine, University. Susan Gibson from Westclint. Mandy Weaver out of Jamaica, Megan Kirby from Unity, Treasure Schultz, defending champ out of Gardner South Wilmington, Mary Hill in Princeville, Katie Tice from Sullivan, and Paula Riordan out of Herscher. And they're going off right now, heading into where they can cut in at the cones, and we'll try to set your leaders for you. And it's Treasure Schultz in black over orange right there, moving on the inside, red over white, and coming from the outside. We'll try to set the individuals for you. I believe that's Mary Hill out of Princeville right now with the lead. Yes, it is. Followed closely there by number 809, that's Laura Witek and Treasure Schultz. So there's your trio right now. Mary Hill, Treasure Schultz, and Kathy Greenfield out of Timothy Christian. Kathy Greenfield has set up quite the confrontation here with defending champion Treasure Schultz. She had the leading time coming into the finals. The time out of Heat 1 was 11:58.46, and right now leading it is the freshman from Princeville, Mary Hill, with the defending champ right on her heels. And there's some of the long jump competition going on while we are looking at the tracksters run behind you there. Julie Judelson will have highlights for you later as you look at the leaders. Mary Hill, the freshman from Princeton, has led all the way, followed by Lori Whittick and Treasure Schultz, the defending champ. And right now it looks to be a three-person race, so with two more in a backpack, and then behind them are Laurel Harandine and Kathy Greenfield, who came into this race with the leading time as she begins to make her move with about 475 meters to go. But it's still Mary Hill who has led throughout this race, doing the yeoman's share of breaking the wind. Hill, Whittick, and Schultz, followed by Greenfield and Harandine with little less than a lap to go. Now Treasure Schultz is known for her incredible kicks. She likes to lag off the leaders and finish very strongly with about 100 meters to go. Let's see if the pattern continues. She has said that doing the double is the most important thing in the world to her. She did it last year and she wants to go out as a senior doing it again. She's starting to make her move a little bit with 300 meters to go, passing both Whittick and Mary Hill. She's a very strong young lady. Mary Hill holding her off, the freshman, doing a great job of maintaining her stride and her strength on the track. She's going to make Schultz work for this one. And there's a long way to go. Little move here. Hill says, not yet, you don't. Mary Hill holding on with 200 meters to go, holding off Treasure Schultz. This looks like it's going to be a great finish, Marva.
Another surge.
This is where Schultz usually owns the race, and it looks like here she comes again. Treasure Schultz. Kathy Greenfield also has a great kick, but she's got a lot to make up. Kathy Greenfield from Elmhurst. Timothy Christian making a great move as Schultz looks back here in the crowd. Greenfield making the move on Hill. Right now, Treasure Schultz, Mary Hill, and Kathy Greenfield. It appears in that order with a time 11:21.95. A great race by three great young ladies as you look at Treasure Schultz apparently successfully defending her championship in the 3200.
Okay, you're looking at Mary Hill, who led for 7 laps, and then around near the 200 mark, Treasure Schultz, she had been trying to overtake her, but she overtook her just off the last 100 mark, and she never looked back. But you have to give the freshman credit. She led all the way, and then we have Kathy Greenfield coming up, who's going to nick her just... Oh, she caught up with her about 25 yards, 30 yards before the tape. But the freshman, Mary Hill, ran a good race. Treasure Schultz ran a smart race. She let her lead to catch all the air, and the last lap over near the 200, she made her move, and finally coming off the 100, she overtook her. That was a good run.
Well, half of the double is now a done deal for Treasure Schultz from Gardner, South Wilmington. And our next race, the 3,200 meter run, Heat 2 AA. And here are your top contenders. Erin Reddick comes in with the top time out of Palatine High School. Wendy Kilton, one of her competitors in the conference from Barrington. Becky Coleman, the state defending champ in the cross country from Libertyville. Jenny Skaggs out of Pekin, and Penny Skaggs from Pekin. Kristen Devaney from Naperville North. And Bridget Butron, Downers Grove North. What you're seeing are the lanes, the alleys, and then their positions. So that would be the alley 3, position 2 for Bridget Butron, and you see the rest as they go down. Alley 4, position 2, Kristen McCotter for Schaumburg. Jenny Zaire, the runner-up state cross country from Hersey. Angela Payne from Lane High School. Stephanie Deringer from Centennial High School, and Emily Sellers out of MacArthur. Remember, these young ladies have not run this race in this meet. These are totally seeded from sectional times. There you see the alleys and the positions and the nervousness shaking it out right now. These young ladies know each other. Most of them competed in cross country, and now they're going to put it on the track. And senior Erin Reddick, as you see on the inside in white over red, would like to go out as state champ. She's run very well this season, and the 1 and 2 runners, the state champ and runner-up in cross country, are here along with several other talented runners. It ought to be great. Gun is up. 8 laps around the track. Clean start. You want to get clear and make sure in position to do some damage. Erin Reddick starting very well from the inside, her upright style. Running next to her is Jenny Zaire. They're from the same conference. They've seen a lot of each other, a senior and a freshman. Moving on the outside is Bridget Butron, the Downers Grove North freshman. And right now she takes the lead as she cuts in front of Erin Reddick. And Deanna Brijan from Downers Grove South, all in orange by Jenny Zaire. And Elizabeth Campfeed from Decatur MacArthur. Right now it's Bridget Butron. She may be a freshman, but she is a dynamite runner, a very strong young lady. Looks like she's going to set the early pace, and the pack is going to have to come up and catch her. Bridget Butron from the Trojans of Downers Grove North, a fine cross-country program of Bruce Ritter. And hanging in there in second is Erin Reddick, the favorite in this race according to sectional times. However, the weather was significantly different. And look at that pack as you get an idea of how these young ladies are used to running with each other. But right now, it's all Bridget Butron as she fights the wind heading into lap 2. As you look at the crowd and appreciating the efforts of these 3,200-meter runners, you are seeing a replay of the state cross-country state championship where Becky Coleman from Libertyville said, "Come and get me," and then took off and challenged everyone to catch her. And right now, it does not look like anybody's going to. She has about over a 100-meter lead right now. She just blew away on lap number 3, and she has just taken it out. Looks like she's going for a jaunt in the park. As you see the rest of the pack tightly bunched. It's Angela Payne in gold from Chicago Lane. Now making a move on the outside as you look at Becky Coleman coming in with 1 lap to go. Becky's got the gun lap, and you see the rest of the runners coming up behind her. It's Angela Payne in gold, followed by Bridget Butron, who was leading when we left you. Wendy Kilton from Barrington, outside of Erin Reddick of Palatine. On the way outside is Stephanie Duringer of Champaign Central in white over blue, and in orange and blue is Kristen Devaney of Naperville North, and in white over red, Jenny Skaggs of Pekin. But it is all Becky Coleman, as you see the rest of the pack with 2 laps to go, or with less than a lap to go.
Yeah.
Becky is just striding it out on the back stretch. She is about to, she may even lap one of the runners, and that is unheard of in the 3200. She is looking absolutely tremendous.
Tremendous.
The stride, the ease with which she's running. There's a state champ that wants to do the double on the track. Becky Coleman of Libertyville with a little over 100 meters to go, coming around the last curve, her senior year. What a finish. And the crowd gives up thunderous applause for this young lady who has thrilled us all for 4 years. The state record is held by Melissa Straza of Urbana, 10:22.5. This will not threaten that, but it is a great race. Becky Coleman of Libertyville, 10:46.7. And we have a race for second. It's the MSL Conference duelists. It's Wendy Kilton on the outside, overtaking Erin Reddick of Palatine on the inside. And it's going to be Wendy Kilton of Barrington, Erin Reddick, that is Kristen Devaney of Naperville North, Angie Payne of Lane, and Bridget Butron coming in. A great race. As you see, Becky Coleman catching her breath. Here's the race for second. Wendy Kilton on the outside, passing up Erin Reddick of Palatine with a strong finish. The senior from Barrington overtakes the senior from Palatine for state runner-up honors. Erin hugging Becky. And there you have our champ in the 3,200 meter, Becky Coleman. And we'll be back with more right after this. We're back at O'Brien Stadium, and there you see the finalists in Class A 100-meter high hurdles, a relatively new event here at the track, and it is an exciting one.
And it's going to be a good race. You're going to have to watch the middle of the field, and whoever our state champion will be will have to have a good start out of there. Speed, strength, good form.
And here they are, Jody Patrick of Winnebago in 1, Teresa Myers, Jamaica in 2, Mia Wright from Cairo in 3, Tracy Coyne out of Sherrard, Peggy Condon, defending champ out of Ottawa Marquette, Heather Randolph out of Pawnee, Stephanie Barema out of Timothy Christian, Shannon Frigo, Timothy Christian, and Jenny Borchers out of Forreston. Mary O'Brien has called them to the start. That will be crucial, and watch the form over the hurdles.
Speed in between.
State record held by Nancy Stone of Robinson, 15.18.
Good start.
And
looks
we're
like
off.
lane 3 and 4 got out pretty quick. Lane 4, Tracy Cohn is in the lead. Peggy Condon is following with the inside in lane 2. Teresa Meyer.
Making a late move is Teresa Myers, but it looks like it's going to be just what Marva told you.
Tracy
Tracy
Cohn
Coyne out of Sherrard with a time of 15.35. Great call, Marvin. Great race. I know it's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites. Okay, we're watching the start, and you're going to see Tracy Cohn get out of there real quick, and also Teresa Myers. But Tracy Cohn continues to lead, and just about the 5th or 6th hurdle, Peggy Condon comes up, but Tracy continues on. She has decent form. She has speed. A lot of speed, and she got out of the blocks real quick.
And edging up with a good finish as you look at Tracy Coyne. Our state champ was Teresa Myers with a great lean out of Seidel Jamaica Co-op. Your state champ smile from Tracy Coyne. And double A, the hurdles again, out in lane 1 from Lincoln High School, Luciana Corliss. Karen Maksinski out of Schaumburg in lane 2, and Nora Weber out of Canton. She's also a high jumper. Tiffany Spragans, the defending long jump champ that had a tough time in the prelims, and she'd like to make amends here. Donna Weckett out of Palatine, gorgeous form. Nicole Keys, perennial contender here from Morgan Park. Kim Jenkins, Naperville Central. Deanna Simmons, the young lady we talked at the beginning of the show in one of her 4 events out of Decatur MacArthur, and Don Carlson from Chillicothe. Those are your competitors in the AA 100-meter high hurdles. The record is held by Renee Murphy from Evanston Township in 1991 with a time of 14.13.
Okay, and again, you're going to have to watch the center of the track. It's going to be really tough, and you're going to have to really focus on this because the slightest nick of the hurdle can throw you off. You got to get out of the blocks.
We've got some team standings officially for you up to this point. In Class A, see Rochester and Neoga in a dead heat with 10, and right behind Mendota with 9, and Fairfield and the favorite Timothy Christian after 5 events has only 5. In AA, East St. Louis Lincoln, they're not dead yet. 20, Palatine with a great finish so far, and then you see the rest of the field with many events to go. Remember, East St. Louis Lincoln is not in their usual spot in the 1600 relay, so they cannot score. The runner shaking out the butterflies. This is always so tough, and the key thing, of course, is to make sure that there's a clean start.
We have 2 competitors from East St. Louis in this.
In lane 1 and in lane 4. As we wait for to get clearance on the track, they have now moved off the A runners, and it won't be long before they're speeding down the track. Donna Weckett from Palatine, the seniors, had a brilliant senior career in the hurdles. May not be the fastest young lady out there, but certainly has, if not the best, certainly one of the best forms.
She was super smooth yesterday. Ran a beautiful race. So did Nicole Keys. Guns up.
They'll be running into the wind, which can affect your strides between the hurdles.
Good start. Even start. Looks like
Donna Weckett, Nicole
Donna Weckett
Keys.
and
Weckett
Nicole
in white.
Keys.
Weckett in white over red.
Oh, it's a
Nicole
good
Keys,
round.
Donna Weckett.
Oh, now that one looked like a tie.
And down went Nora Weber of Canton, we believe is laying. We sure hope she's okay. Hit that last hurdle hard and took it down to the track. But we believe the winner to be Donna Weckett of Palatine out of lane 5,
That was
followed
a good
by
race. Nicole Keys.
there you see Donna walking back to the finish line.
Okay, you're looking at the start. The 2 of them got a good start out of there. But Donna Weckett was the first to get over that hurdle. And the inside lane, was that Qualls was also up there in the beginning. Donna Weckett now begins to take a little bit of lead. Morgan Park picks up about the 6th or 7th hurdle. We are just about the last hurdle, and that was the last hurdle, and it looks like Donna did take it.
And you also see the fall there by Nora Weber of Canton, who the drama of track was played out here. As you look at our state champ, it's not always the winners that also draw the crowd as our state champion gets a hug, but Nora Weber fell down and the crowd gave her a huge ovation as she crawled to the finish line to make sure she finished the race. You see her being attended there by the EIU training staff in some amount of pain. Well, there's your AA champion, Donna Weckett, right next to her, and a photo finish, Nicole Keys of Morgan Park.
Yes,
great race.
It certainly was.
Excitement in the sprints. The 100-meter dash, the fastest woman in the state title goes in Class A to the winner of this race. And in lane 1, it's going to be Tracy Brown of Bismarck Henning. In lane 2, Julie Walk of Neoga, also a long jumper. Shelley Kemp out of Rochester. She's in all 3 sprints, as is Jenny Schaefer of Morrison. Nikitha Gardner, been here before out of Madison. She's a senior. Cindy Wang, a sophomore from Urbana University. Carrie Koonsman from Perry. Chris Traver of Dunlap, and Kaylee Anderson of Farmington.
We're going to watch the middle of the track again, and that Cindy Wang is in this, who's trying to be a double winner if she can take this one.
We got 3 of them in here that are in all 3 sprints. Cindy Wang, Jenny Schaefer, and Shelley Kemp. So This is the first of the three for the three of them. They've been called to their marks. Anything can happen, and a start can be the key. Oh, that's the one thing you do not want to hear.
Looked like it was lane 3, but I'm not sure on that.
Starter Mary
It
O'Brien
is.
has walked into lane 3, and you are right. That will be Shelley Kemp of Rochester being dismissed from the race. You are not
that's too
allowed a
bad.
false start or an advantage over your opponents. It was certainly not intentional.
Just the anxiety of
Well,
the competition.
It's just what we talked about. We said the start was so important. Those kids know it too, and they're trying to anticipate that starter's gun because it can be just that little bit of anticipation that can win you the race. We'll start them again. To see what the starter saw.
Oh, yeah.
Good
You
call.
could see her raise her hips just before the gun went off.
She started to roll, and Mary
Yeah.
O'Brien caught it. That's why they're down here starting the state. Tremendous. Walt Elmore and Mary O'Brien do such a terrific job of doing this meet. And it's a long day for those people. Mario signifies we're ready again. Great shot from our camera crew looking down the track at where they're going to be coming, right at you. State record is 12.2, held by Shelley LeMaster and Nia Howard.
Okay, that was a good start.
Outside
Looks
cricket.
like lane 3 and 4.
Kaylee Anderson on the
Lane
outside is
5
challenging. Ukitha Gardner on the middle of the track. Outside Kaylee Anderson and Tracy Brown.
She just took it away.
Oh. The senior says, "Come get me," and nobody could, as Ukitha Gardner unofficially wins the state crown of fastest A woman in 12.45.
Okay, it was a good start, and she got a good start out of the blocks with Cindy Wang. When we get to almost halfway, she just keeps pumping her arms and her legs and just pulls away from the rest of the pack. Looks like second
Kaylee
is
Anderson.
Kelly Anderson, and Wang looks like she got third.
Look at the
Okay,
arms.
you see Aretha Gardner. She doesn't really look like a 100 sprinter. She doesn't really look like that, but she has that speed.
I'm
She
sure
got
not
the
gonna
job
race her.
done.
I'm not going to race her, not the way she's moving. 100-meter dash champion, Ukitha Gardner from Madison Co-op. And coming up next, we have the AA 100-meter dash. In lane 1, Clarissa Yates from Peoria Manual. In 2, Christine Brunswick, Oak Park River Forest. In 3, Sophia Tasker out of Evanston Township. Kimberly Watson, the young lady who said the oath for the athletes, a senior from Chicago Heights Bloom in lane 4. Rosie Morrow out of Kankakee, another perennial finalist. Chastity Muldrow out of Springfield Southeast. In 7, Tracy Smith, Peoria Richwoods. In 8, Dawn Anthony, East St. Louis Lincoln. And in lane 9, Pamela Tramble from Chicago Richards. Into the blocks, 100-meter dash AA. At the end, fastest woman, state of Illinois. Who will it be? We've got a lot of seniors closing out their stellar careers. Oh, yes. I'm afraid we
I
are having the
think
same thing.
Morgan Park is not Morgan. East
It's
St.
going to be
wait a
Peoria
minute.
Richards.
Green
Tracy
over
Smith.
white. Okay.
Tracy Smith
White
out
over
of
green.
Peoria Richards. The junior
Thought it was
has been
white.
excused. It was a good call by the ref.
By the assistant starter, yeah.
Definitely a roll on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you sure hate to see a young lady not get a chance. Here's a start. Watch lane 7.
Oh, yes.
No question.
And she also drew lane 6, but the first false start was 7.
And that was Tracy Smith of Peoria Richwoods. Stand corrected. So now we'll run it again. So I guess that tension in Class A carried over here into Double A. They're running into the wind, so it's not likely to break a record, but it's held by Cynthia Taylor of East St. Louis Lincoln, 11.5.
Okay, good start. Looks like lane 3 and 4. Tasker and Watson. It's Watson pulling away. Tasker still in 2. And number Rosie Morrow, the 5th lane, and also the inside lane, Clarissa Yates. Looks like she got up in there.
Well, your state champ looks to be Kimberly Watson, who follows up the oath with being crowned a champion. The senior out of Chicago Heights Bloom takes on Sophia Tasker and gets the win. Unofficially a time of 12.2. Here's the replay.
And she got a good start, both lanes 4 and 5. Watson and Morrow got a good start out of there. She has a nice stride, real nice stride.
Good finish, and that's Kimberly Watson, and inside of her in orange over blue was Sophia Tasker, a 1-2 in the 100-meter dash. There's your champion, the senior from Bloom. She is not only a champion on the track, but she's also 6th in her class. There is the student athlete. Coming up next, the 800-meter run, 2 laps around the track. Again, we have the alley and position numbers, the alley being the first number, and the position in that alley being the second. Erica Smith from Timothy Christian. They need some team points. Jeannie Adamson, Tampico Co-op. Erin Landers out of Hillsborough. Raina Larson from Valmeyer. Beth Rudnick at St. Joe Ogden. Julie Arsenault, Westmont, who anchored that winning championship 3200 relay team. Jackie Bliss from Ridgeview Co-op. Jolene Carter out of Byron. Sarah Elliff from Harrison Co-op. And Tina Congo from Seneca. Shannon Bolt from Ileana Christian. And Holly Gastorf out of Athens. That's your lineup for the 2 laps of this 800-meter Class A run.
Next event will be the Class A 100-meter run finals. The field includes again, it's the 800-meter run finals. The field includes Erica Smith, Elmhurst Christian, Jeannie Allison, Tampico, Erin Landers of Hillsborough, Raina Larson, Valmeyer, Beth Rudnick, St. Joe Ogden, Julie Arsenault, Westmont, Jackie Bliss, Ridgeview, Colfax, Jolene Carter, Byron, Sarah Elliott,
We're just about ready to send them off. Your leading time coming in is Erica Smith of Elmhurst Timothy Christian, the blonde young lady in the inside. She gets a good start and takes off right away. Coming from the outside looks to be Jackie Bliss in blue, moving well on the outside. They can cut in again at the cones as long as they do not cut another runner off. Looks to be Raina Larson with the lead from Valmeyer right now. Raina Larson in the lead, followed by Jackie Bliss from Colfax Ridgeview. And then the young lady from St. Joe Ogden, Beth Rudnicki. Right now it's Raina Larson with a little over a lap to go, moving strongly behind her, Jackie Bliss. The state record is held by Carrie Rink from Maple Park, Caneland, set in 1988 of 2:12.19. But it's Raina Larson and Jackie Bliss right now. Raina Larson looks very strong. Timothy Christian runner Erica Smith is in 3rd at this point as they round the turn. A big pack in the middle, and Raina Larson by herself. The pack hopes they can reel her back in. She wants to just take it right on out. Get a look at the distance. Moving on the outside, Erica Smith making a move with about 300 to go on Jackie Bliss. Looking very good. Erica, a junior in white over red on the outside as you look at the track. They are beginning to reel in Raina Larson. Moving strongly with her is Jackie Bliss holding her off. She may get caught in a box as they come around the 200 meters. Spacing is going to be important here. They are reeling in the leader, Raina Larson, and with about 120 to go, here comes Erica Smith moving on the outside. Jackie Bliss in the middle in blue, and on the inside, Raina Larson still holding them off at this point. 100 meters to go, a little bit less. It's Jackie Bliss with a big move, the sophomore from Colfax Ridgeview Co-op making a move. Erica Smith trying to hold off. And it is going to be Jackie Bliss followed by Raina Larson and then Erica Smith, unofficially 2:16.36. Raina Larson ran a great race, only to be overtaken by Jackie Bliss. Here you see that move down the backstretch. That's Erica Smith in white moving there with Jackie Bliss on the middle and Raina Larson on the inside. Now with 100 meters to go, here's the move coming up by Raina Larson, or by Jackie Bliss. That's where she overtakes. And it's all Jackie Bliss to the finish.
Finishing in 5th place from Alton Senior High School, Latasha Fox.
And there's your state champion from Ridgeview High School, Jackie Bliss, in the 800-meter run, just a sophomore.
For the distance of 18 feet, 1.5 inches.
Coming up next, we have the AA 800-meter run. Again, the alleys and positions in the first alley. Christine Mueller, Willowbrook. Amy Allen out of East Moline United. Michelle Belsley from Hinsdale Central. In alley 2, Laura Esco, Dunbar North. Erin Anderson, who came into this race with the best sectional time from Hersey High School. Carrie Nowacki from New Trier. Jamie Deutscher from Stagg, Brooke Skogowski from Naperville North, Tanya Daly from Lake Park, Kristen Heineken from Regina Dominican, Mara Guillemette from Glenbard West, and Leah Steele from Zion Benton. There's your field for the 800 meters AA. There were 5 runners who ran 2:20 or better yesterday, so this looks to be a great race, and it will be probably very much a tactical struggle. The state record is held by Shelley McBride out of Crete-Monee way back in 1984 with a 2:07.3. I saw that race. It was stupendous. Clean start. Erin Anderson in the all-orange is taking the early stride out. She has very long strides. She's a very tall young lady. That's her leading right now in all-orange. She is a senior. And a big pack, the young lady from Regina Dominican. That's Kristen Heineken right now moving into second. Moving on the outside is Tanya Daly from Lake Park High School. Right now it's Erin Anderson, but she's setting a blistering pace. And these are very seasoned runners going with her. If she can take it all out, but if it starts too early, it can come back to haunt you. Right now moving very well from Lake Park High School is Tanya Daly. A little over 1 lap to go. Erin takes a look back. The pack is closing up here at this point. It's Erin Anderson with a gun lap. She took it out in a hurry and said, "Come catch me." Let's see if they can. Tanya Daly and Kristen Heineken from Regina Dominican are 1, 2, 3 at this point, with Kristen Anderson being number 1. Jamie Deutscher from Palos Hills Stagg is there, and now making a little bit of a move right now from Glenbard West is Mara Guillemette. It's Erin Anderson on the back stretch. She has about 250 meters to go. The pack seems to be closing on, definitely on the runner number 2 from Lake Park High School. That's Tanya Daly. 200 meters to go, and it's going to seem like an eternity. Moving very well on the outside is Laura Esco of Glenbard North. Erin Anderson has over 100 meters to go at this point. Laura Esco and the young lady from Regina Dominic, Kristen Heineken, are making the move. Erin Anderson with less than 100 meters to go, and everybody's coming after. Esco and Heineken moving in for second. Can Erin hold on? Right now her legs are looking like they are dead. Erin does not have it. Here comes Laura Esco. Laura Esco, Erin Anderson trying to hang on. Laura Esco, Erin Anderson, and taking her at the tape. Looks to be Kristen Heineken. Laura Esco with a great run, unofficially 2:17.11, overtaking Erin Anderson with, I think, Kristen Heineken just sneaking in there for second, right over Erin as her legs died at the end. Your unofficial state champion, the junior from Carroll Stream, Laura Esco, in a great race.
Okay, you're looking at Erin Anderson, who led it all the way. Then you see out of nowhere comes Laura Esco. She has a strong finish. And Erin Anderson seems to be fading just a little. Then we see coming up for second, just at the tape, Tanya Daly.
I believe that was Kristen Heineken.
Kristen
I think,
Heineken.
of Wilmette, Regina Dominican. The pain on the faces show. We told you that so many of these runners had run under 2:20, and boy, they just put on a show. Well, it's been great. We've got a lot to come, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Finishing in fourth place from East St. Louis Lincoln, Tiffany.
And a look at the standing room crowd here at O'Brien Stadium, that knowledgeable group that we really appreciate the efforts of these athletes. You have field events going on as well as the track events, and we're getting ready for the 800-meter relay right now in Class A. Here's your lineups. Anna Jonesboro in 1, Roxana in 2, Forreston in 3, Princeton in 4, Tuscola in 5, defending champion Newton in 6, Muhammad Seymour in 7, Tampico in 8, and Mendota in 9. They will run 2 laps of the track, each runner having a 200, and they will stay in lanes. The state record is held by Lexington in 1985 of 143.4. Marva, handoff's important. How about compared to the 400?
Handoffs in any relay are very important. It can either make or break you a second or two with your time and your place.
Look at the young lady from Roxana. They've been called to their blocks. The tough things to find are 4 200-meter
Runner
runners.
in lane
That's
1,
what
wave your
makes it
baton.
so. And
Runner in lane 9, wave your
depth
baton.
is what makes a team, and it also wins team championships.
On
Mary
your
O'Brien.
mark. Set.
Good start. Remember, they have a 2-lap stagger to make up, but right now it looks very even. Moving fairly well on the outside is Tampico and also Muhammad Seymour. Also making up some ground appears to be Princeton in lane 4 with the light green with the blue. Let's watch that first exchange. But right now it appears to be Princeton in lane 4 making up the most ground. First handoff went to Tampico in
that
lane
was
7.
close.
And we had a problem with the handoff with Princeton. It appears right now to be Mendota, but remember they had a 2-lap stagger. Tampico is moving very well in lane 8. Also moving now is Tuscola, as well as Newton, defending champs, going into runner number 3. You'll be able to see a lot more of the distance and how it closes up here after this turn. Nice exchange. Tuscola with a great exchange. Makes up a bunch of ground. Mendota also well. So now you see them making up on the inside. You've got Tuscola is in gold over black and Newton in blue. Dead heats in the middle of the track. Watch them go. They are making up the ground down the back stretch. Slight lead right now to Newton, but remember, Tuscola has the advantage of the 1/2 of the stagger still to be gotten back. Exchange first. Oh, excellent handoff by Tuscola in gold over black, and that has given them the lead right now. But the Princeton runners making up a bunch of noise in blue over green. It's Tuscola in gold, followed by Princeton in blue, and behind them the defending champs, Newton. Tuscola in gold. Princeton with a great move with about 70 meters to go. Tuscola holding her off. Gold over black, and here comes Newton on the outside. Tuscola, Princeton, and Newton is how we call it unofficially. 146.16. And you can see how those staggers make such a difference as you see them finally begin to close them up with the last two runners.
That's very true. Because the exchange from the 3rd to the 4th girl was excellent. And that is when the last, over by the 200, was when she really put on her speed. That exchange was perfect.
And that's Kim Von Lanken, the sophomore, with that anchor leg after the great exchange Marva just told you about for Tuscola. State championship exchange, as you see the young lady from Princeton coming on the inside, but just not enough to catch her. But she did make up a lot of ground. Kim Von Lanken holding off Tonya Taylor from Princeton. And double A 800-meter relay coming right up. In lane 1, Pekin. In 2, Wheaton North. East St. Louis Lincoln with a chance for more points on their already leading team totals. In 4, Kankakee Senior. In 5, Evanston Township. In 6, Rock Island. 7, Thornwood from South Holland. In 8, Decatur MacArthur. And in lane 9, East St. Louis Senior. You're going to see some of the top sprinters in the state anchoring the legs of their relay teams. The record held by Chicago South Shore in 1984 of 139.8 as we get ready for the start.
These ladies stay in their lanes all the way. Right in 200 meters. Good start.
Good start in the middle of the track by Evanston Township. She's already made up a little bit of the stagger in lane 5 in orange over blue. Also moving well is Rock Island in all red. So quickly the middle of the track becomes the place to look for. Try to watch the first exchange for you. It is Evanston with a nice handoff to the second runner. Evanston moving well, and along with Rock Island. Look in the middle of the track, we've got Thornwood, South Holland in gold over blue, and on the outside Decatur MacArthur in all blue. In the middle of the track there. It appears East St. Louis Senior is ahead, but remember, those 2-lap staggers are deceiving. Evanston almost lost there, but they got it. Evanston, a great pass right at the end of the zone. Now you can really tell how much they've made up of that stagger. That was a great exchange for them and a great leg by their second runner. Evanston with the lead, and now moving very well on the outside is Decatur MacArthur with Rock Island holding off Thornwood.
This is it.
Not a great handoff, but they've got a good lead. Evanston Township, orange over blue by themselves. And here comes Rock Island, and on the inside also comes Kankakee Senior with Rosie Morrow, the senior wanting to finish up well. Rosie Morrow with a great leg pulling her team right out against Decatur MacArthur. Marquita Gray, and right now it is all Evanston with the race for second. It is Evanston Township, and it appears Kankakee with Rosie Morrow picks up the runner-up trophy. 140.95 on the anchor leg of Evanston High School by Laura Bridges.
Okay, this is the finish of the race. Evanston, with their passing, were able to pull this one off. There was actually no contest for second and third. right there.
10 and 9/10 seconds.
That is a big lead in a relay of this magnitude. That just shows how see they did.
10 flat.
Evanston Township, your AA champions in the 800-meter relay.
Angela Payne from Chicago Lane with a time of 11 minutes, 5 and 2/10 seconds.
Coming up next, we have one of the best events on the track, the 400-meter dash. Once around the track, used to be long distance, it's an all-out sprint. In lane 1, Tracy Brown from Bismarck Henning. In 2, Julie Walk, a busy young lady from Neoga. It's her third event. Tyra Holt from Fairfield. She is the defending champ, looking for the three-peat. In lane 4, Heather Furrow from Monmouth. In 5, Amy Snyder from Fulton. In 6, Heather Sekenga from Elmhurst Timothy Christian. In 7, Michelle Thomas of Winchester. In 8, Jenny Gibb from Stronghurst Southern. And in 9, Veronica Miller from Buda Western. Well, everybody's been chasing Tyra Holt for 4 years. She wants to go out where she came in as a champ. Watch for her. She's in lane 3, red over black. Can she three-peat? Heather Furrow moving very well in lane 4, and Amy Snyder from Fulton with black over red running very well with the white stripe in the middle of her jersey. They run in lanes. Right now you're looking at Tyra Holt making her move with about 2:50 to go on the back stretch. Tyra Holt moving well on the inside, pulling up on Heather Furrow. She's got a nice lane because she can see everybody and pick them off one at a time. Tyra Holt, red over black, now making the move. She is heading into the lead. Held right now by Heather Sekenga of Elmhurst Timothy Christian, but it is a race. Tyra Holt, but right now Amy Snyder right now is moving very well from Fulton High School. Amy Snyder is going to beat Tyra Holt. Amy Snyder wins the race over defending two-time champion Tyra Holt with a great race unofficially in 57.49. Held her own pace, ran her own race, and finished up very strongly. Here we have 100 meters to go.
Okay, and Tyra Holt made a good run for it. In fact, she had a slight lead, but Amy Snyder is not to be denied. She pulls up in lane 5. She has good arm movement. She just takes it on. Tyra Holt did a good job, though. She tried. Arms of jubilation.
There's your champion. That is Amy Snyder of Fulton High School, a senior. What a run. Here's your state champ. Coming up, AA 400 meter. Once around again. In lane 1, Erica Hurd out of DeKalb. In 2, Nicole Guyton, Chicago Young. Cicely Scott from East St. Louis Lincoln. She has run so many races here at this track successfully. In lane 4, Alyssa Gillian from Chicago Morgan Park. Again, looking for team points. Chastity Muldrow from Springfield Southeast. In 6, Cynthia Street from Chicago Lane. In 7, Lori Schumacher from Chicago Mother McCauley. In lane 8, Tracy Smith, Peoria Richwood. And in 9, Beth Baser from Downers Grove North. That's your field for the 400-meter dash class AA as they are called to the start.
From Evanston Township High School with a time of 12.54. And the champion
Lane 3, Cicely Scott waved her hands. She wanted to check on something. Somebody didn't feel quite right, so they raised the red flag. Ever sensitive to the runners. Took a practice start. And she'll come back and we'll go for it. You take a look there. The young lady from Chicago Morgan Park, that's Alyssa Gillian, just a junior. One of the fine team members from that school. It's contending for state championship honors. The Tigerettes of Lincoln, here's a chance for points with Cicely Scott. The experienced senior knew she wasn't ready, raised her hand and said so. This record is held by another East St. Louis Lincoln young lady in 1988, someone who thrilled track crowds here throughout the state, Carmelita Williams, 53.25. She seemed to float when she ran. What a beauty to watch. Again, the wind is a factor today, and it's not likely any of the sprint records will be broken.
Sit.
Clean start.
Tracy Smith.
Christy Muldrow moving very well in lane 5 right now, alongside of her Cynthia Street from Chicago Lane. But right now, Chastity Muldrow moving very well in white over blue with the leggings right there. Cicely Scott now making her move with 200 meters to go from East St. Louis Lincoln. Running well on the outside is Tracy Smith from Peoria Ridgewoods. Right now it's Cicely Scott moving well on the inside. On the outside, Peoria Ridgewoods, Tracy Smith, and in the middle of the track, Chastity Muldrow. Those are your 1, 2, 3 as we come with about 30 meters to go. Cicely Scott trying to hold off Chastity Muldrow and Tracy Smith, and it will be Cicely Scott unofficially in 55.95. The senior from East St. Louis Lincoln, I guess that weight at the beginning did just what she wanted it to, prepared her for the finish.
She certainly did. Okay, Ashley, Cicely Scott started making her move over by the 200. We're looking at the final turn as she come off the curve. Okay, you can tell distinctly now that she's giving it all she has. Coming up close to that is Chastity Muldrow. And on the inside, no, that's Cynthia or Laura. Okay, I think the inside looks like she has third. No, it's not the inside. It's Tracy Smith that takes third.
And there's your champion, Cicely Scott from East St. Louis Lincoln. And coming up next, we've got another hurdle event for you. This one must look like mountains by the time they get around here. And these are the young ladies that are going after the 300-meter low hurdles in Class A. Peggy Condon from Marquette. Lisa Bernardine from Mendota. Bernardin, I'm sorry. Stephanie Barema from Timothy Christian. In 4, Tonya Taylor from Princeton. Megan Taylor in lane 5 from Rushville. Tracy Coyne from Sherrard. Angie Snyder from Fulton High School in 7. Veronica Gadbois from Watsika. And in lane 9, Vina Clendenin from Chester. There you have it live. A 300-meter start. Moving quickly is Tracy Coyne from Sherrard, making up a quick distance, along with her Tonya Taylor of Princeton. Watch the middle of the track. Rushville and Sherrard both wearing purple. On the inside, it is Rushville and Megan Taylor. On the outside, Tracy Coyne of Sherrard. They are moving together as they get ready to come up the straightaway.
Oh, she looks good.
It is Megan Taylor right now of Rushville. Moving on the outside in lane 8 is Veronica Gadbois of Watsika. Now moving on the inside, Lisa Bernardine from Mendota. It is a tough race with one hurdle to go. Right now it's Veronica Gadbois of Watsika moving well over the last hurdle, and she is going to win it from lane 8. A tough place from which to run. And she took it home. The junior from Watsika Co-op. What a race. Steady, took her strides, handled the win.
Okay, this must be the final turn for Veronica in maroon over gold. She led the race basically all the way, and that's unusual because she's in an outside lane, lane 8. But she's a pretty strong runner. She has to be from that disadvantage point. Good race.
There's a fight for second as you look at our state champion, the 300-meter hurdles with the smile of a champion, Veronica Gadbois from Watsika, Illinois. Coming up next, you see the lanes positioned across the track for the Class AA. In lane 1, Joanne Stanford, Glenbard East. In lane, Haviland from Hinsdale Central. In 3, Evelyn Amoako from Springfield. Patsy Cargill from Rockford East, that's Donna's sister. In lane 5, Keela Henderson from Homewood Flossmoor. In 6, Deanna Simmons at freshman in the 4 events today from Decatur MacArthur. In 7, Joelle Waters from Springfield Southeast. In 8, Sarah Tavalil from Hinsdale South. And in lane 9, Saran Dunmore from Morgan Park.
Here's a freshman, Deanna Simmons.
Walt Elmore, our starter, readying the runners. The record is held by Christine Perozzi from Edwardsville in 1989, 43.56. Checking the gun. The thing that's hooked to the gun activates the AccuTrack.
Good start.
Quickly in the middle, Keela Henderson in red from Homewood Flossmoor. Very good start. Moving on the inside also is Joanne Stanford from Glenbard East. Oh, we have a fall on the outside. It appears to be Joelle Waters from Springfield Southeast. Glenbard East, Joanne Stanford moving well in lane 1, and it's very tight to call at this point, but she is moving extremely well in red with black. You can't see her coming in the picture right there. You see lane 5, Keela Henderson from Homewood Flossmoor and Joanne Stanford from Glenbard East, and also moving Deanna Simmons from Decatur MacArthur. It is Henderson and Stanford, followed by Simmons. Henderson in lane 5, followed by Joanne Stanford in lane 1 out of Glenbard East, and Keela Henderson jumps up in just absolute effervescence after that win as she's congratulated there.
Okay, we're trying to see what happened. It looked like her trail leg. It did. Her trail leg, her trail leg hit the hurdle.
She appears to be okay as you look at our state champion. That is Kayla Henderson, a junior from the Vikings of Homewood Flossmoor. She is jumping up and down. She is so excited.
Okay, you're looking at Keela Henderson. And you're looking at Joanne Stanford. Okay, on the inside, and Keela Henderson on the outside. Keela Henderson has a slight lead. She's real strong over the hurdles. You're seeing it down. That's probably her last hurdle, and she just takes it in. That was a good run by Joan Stanford also.
Unofficially, that time's 44.19, an excellent time in this race, and we'll be back with more right after this. There you have the team standings at this point after 8, and Timothy Christian, as expected, leading, followed by the teams we talked about in the Open. And there are a lot of points still to be gotten. And in team standings, AA, East St. Louis Lincoln showing why they've been state champs 10 out of 11 times. But Palatine, as Marva told you, right up there as we look forward to the Class A 1,600-meter run coming up. There you have the lineups as they have started the race. Treasure Schultz trying for the double. Laurel Herendine, who was right in there in the 32. Joy Wilcox, Laura Whittick from Marion Central. Carrie Dunker, Maria Herber, a freshman out of Argenta Oriana. Mary Hill, you saw her in Princeville lead most of the 3,200. Erin Lancers, Vanessa Van Hoorn, Kathy Greenfield, one of the favorites, Tina Congo, and Jill Simpson. There's your field for the 1,600 out in lap 1. Right now, leading the race appears to be Tina Congo out of Seneca, leading right now. And she's followed closely there by Treasure Schultz, trying for the double. You saw the strength of Treasure Schultz in the 3,200 as she took it away and showed her kicking speed. Tina Congo is a freshman out of Seneca, and the pack is very tight coming around to the 100-meter mark of lap number 1. 4 laps, each 400. State record is held by Susie Tuffy. That is the and IHSA record set way back in 1984 by Susie Tuffy of Peoria, Bergen. Tight pack, and coming out is Kathy Greenfield of Timothy Christian, positioning herself on the outside of Treasure Schultz. She doesn't want to lose any contact and wants to know exactly where she is. And leading after 1 is the freshman from Seneca, Tina Congo, with a tight pack right in behind her. We have a lap to go as you look at the crowd overlooking the somewhat cloudy now field here at O'Brien Stadium. We're looking down the home stretch. And around the backside with 200 meters to go, there in the distance you see the pack for the 1600-meter run with a lap and a half to go. Leading them right now is Laurel Heron-Dean from Urbana University, but right in contact with her is defending state champ Treasure Schultz, followed by Kathy Greenfield in white from Elmer's Timothy Christian, then Carrie Dunker in maroon from Tolono Unity. And that's who is with them right now. And now the pack is tightening up significantly. We're going to coming into the gun lap. And moving right now is Jill Simpson of Monticello, making a big move here for the lead. Jill Simpson, followed by Carrie Dunker, and then Laurel Heron-Dean with Treasure Schultz hanging off the shoulders. Now moving into first appears to be Carrie Dunker making her move. This is a tough race for all of them because it's all tactical with 300 meters to go as you see them go by the cones. Back in the back, now Treasure's off the shoulder, her typical spot, letting Dunker do the work. There's two seniors with a strategy, and now making a move is Kathy Greenfield. She's been placing herself this whole race to make sure she's always in contact with Treasure Schultz. Now Schultz makes her move with 200 meters to go, passing Carrie Dunker, and going with her is Kathy Greenfield from Timothy Christian. Schultz and Greenfield coming around the curve, followed by Dunker. Treasure Schultz and Kathy Greenfield, and it's going to be a sprint to the finish.
It is.
Now it's all speed, folks. Treasure Schultz looks back. She looked back and put a little burst of speed on, but she is going to win it. She is going to hang on and beat Kathy Greenfield, who made a great move with about 50 meters to go, unofficially in 5:29.05, and she gives it the fist up high sign. And she has done the back-to-back double, winning the 3200 and the 1600 as she and Kathy Greenfield, the junior from Timothy Christian, hug at the end. That is a strong runner.
That is.
Here's the move with a little over 100 meters to go.
And you see Treasure Schultz passing, I think, Timothy Christian's Kathy Greenfield. And Kathy Greenfield tries to put on a spurt to overtake Treasure Schultz, but nah, not today. Treasure Schultz is a senior. She's not competed down here 4 years for nothing. She's a smart runner. Good, strong finish. All right.
And there you see her signature of the victory. Treasure Schultz from Gardner South Wilmington, a two-time double state champ. And coming up next, we're going to have the AA 1600-meter run. Again, you see the alleys and positions. Jenny Marine from Naperville North. Becky Coleman, who won the 3200 meters going away. Can she double and do like Treasure Schultz? Jennifer Lawrence from Sterling. Angela Payne, who ran a nice race from Lane High School. Carolyn Kearns, the freshman out of Palatine. Jenny Skaggs of Pekin also ran a good 3200. Julie Justman from Palatine High School. Bridget Butron, you saw leading that 3200 early and finishing with a medal late. Sandra Suter from Hinsdale Central. Stephanie Duringer also in that 3200 pack. Kristen Kite out of Schaumburg and Kelly Collins from Schaumburg. Two teammates helping each other. And we're ready to go. You see Becky Coleman in the middle of that pack right there. On the inside was Jenny Marine from Naperville North, and with her Jennifer Lawrence of Sterling High School. Jenny Marine goes out strong and early. Also taking it out quickly is Julie Justman from Palatine. 4 laps. This is the 1600-meter run. Jenny Marine in orange and blue being right in there with Julie Justman off her shoulder in white over red. Carolyn Kearns is staying right with teammate Julie Justman, the freshman, followed by Sandra Suter of Hinsdale Central as we look at 200 meters to go in the first lap. The pack is strung out nicely. Very experienced runners. They've all competed in duels and invites all through the year, so they're very familiar with each other. But this is a tactical race, and this is the one where the pressure hits. Jenny Marine with Julie Justman right now followed by Carolyn Currens and Sandra Suter of Hinsdale Central. The four of them are running in tandem, and after one lap, it's going to be Jenny Marine, the senior from Naperville North, followed quickly by Julie Justman as they take it away with 3 to go. And now some of the other action going on. Here's the high jump. Oh, and a nice jump there. Yes, the young lady from Mendota. She cleared that with a lot to spare, and here you come with a lap and a half to go, led right now by Julie Justman of Palatine, followed by Jenny Marine of Naperville North. And then it is Sandra Suter of Hinsdale Central. As they come in a little over a lap and 100 meters to go, and it's Julie Justman and Jenny Marine right now. Justman looking very good, and Palatine looking to pick up some big team points with East St. Louis Lincoln not in this race. Julie Justman, Jenny Marine, less than a lap to go, making a move now on the outside from Chicago Lane is Angela Payne moving nicely on the outside. Marine hanging off a Justman's shoulder. Both of them look very easy, very comfortable. Justman legging it out a little bit, but Marine will not go away. Palatine and Naperville North. With a little over 200 meters to go, coming into the curve, Julie Justman still leading, followed by Jenny Marine. You see the distances there. Sandra Suter pulling it up a little bit. Julie Justman, with a little over 100 meters to go, looks very strong. It's Justman and Marine making a little bit of a move, but Justman won't let her have anything. Julie Justman, the senior for Palatine, is going to be the 1,600-meter AA state champion as she crosses the line unofficially in 5:06.96, followed by Jenny Marine, Sandra Suter, and a great finish by Angela Payne for 4th from Chicago Lane. There's Angela Payne congratulating the new state champ, Julie Justman. And it's hugs all around.
That was a good run.
Here you see Julie Justman with about 100 meters to go, followed by Jenny Marine, both looking strong. Marine started to move, but Justman very strong. Nothing doing on this one. She's going to take it home. A very strong race by the senior from Palatine, and picks up a ton of points for her team. There she is, your new state champion. So after a state championship in cross country, she tacks on an individual one for herself. Coming up next, the last of our sprints, the 200-meter dash, Class A in lane 1, Amy Short from Roxana. Tyra Holt looking to come back after that disappointing loss in the 400. In 3, Carrie Koonsman from Perry. In 4, one of the 3 people doing triple duty in these events today, Jenny Schaefer from Morrison. In 5, another one, Shelley Kemp from Rochester. And Cindy Wang from Urbana University. Heather Sakinga from Timothy Christian. Julie Walk, a busy young lady from Neoga. And Cammie Randolph out in lane 9 from Greenville. Here are the Class A team results after 12 events. That means there are 5 to go. Timothy Christian with a big lead with 30 points, followed by Fairfield, and then a tight race with Mendota, Neoga, and Rochester. In AA, East St. Louis Lincoln with 52, Evanston with 36, Palatine, Decatur, MacArthur, Chicago, Morgan Park, and Schaumburg making fine showings. That's after 13 events, or 4 to go. You get 10 points for first, so if you've got an individual in these remaining races or 10 for the relay. It has a big bearing on your final team standings.
Guns up.
State championship race, 200-meter Class A. State record held by Shelley Smith of Kewanee Weathersfield, set last year of 24.90. Mary O'Brien, your starter.
Good start.
Clean start. Quickly comes Cindy Wang with Urbana University with a good start with blue, and then moving on the inside is Jenny Schaefer from Morrison. Shelley Kemp of Rochester in orange over, or blue over orange right now, and inside of her is Jenny Schaefer. Right now it's Shelley Kemp and Jenny Schaefer. Shelley Kemp in blue over orange, and now all of a sudden Jenny Schaefer making a move, but if Shelley Kemp is going to hold her off and win the 200-meter dash. The junior from Rochester unofficially in 26.19. Hands to the heavens. Points. Yes, you are number one, Shelley.
Okay, we're picking it up over on the other side by the 200. All competitors got a good start. I think after the last turn, when they get around near the 100, you see Jenny Schaefer, Shelley Kemp picking it up. She starts pouring it on, and it looks like Jenny Schaefer is right on her left shoulder. See Shelley Kemp stretching it out just a little. She comes across the finish line as the state IHSA 200-meter champion.
And there she is, being congratulated. Shelley Kemp, the junior from Rochester, with a very fine race, form all the way through, and a little smile for us there at the end. Coming up, we've got the double A. 9 runners, half the track. In lane 1, Don Anthony from Lincoln. In lane 2, Tracy Smith from Richwoods. In lane 3, Lakia Boatwright from Aurora East. Rosie Morrow with that great anchor leg for her team from Kankakee. In 5, Kim Watson, who you've already seen win a race. In 6, Markeitha Gray from Decatur MacArthur. In 7, Christine Brunswick, Oak Park River Forest. In 8, Nicole Keys out of Morgan Park. And then lane 9, Pamela Tramble from Chicago Richards. One of the oldest records on the track, in 1981, Blue Island Eisenhower's Doris Spearman, 23.7. That's the record for these young ladies to beat. Watch the middle of the track with Rosie Morrow in 4, Kim Watson in blue from Bloom, and in lane 6, Markeitha Gray. Clean start. Quickly, a good start by Christine Brunswick, but moving quickly on the inside in lane 5, Kim Watson from Chicago Heights Blue, moving very well in all blue. Kimberly Watson looking very good at the head of the track. On the inside in red, Lakia Boatwright. Now moving Rosie Morrow, and on the outside Markeitha Gray, but it's going to be Kimberly Watson doubling from Chicago Heights Blue, unofficially 24.73 in a very strong race.
Okay, we're taking it from the incipient. Everyone got a good start off. Kimberly Watson makes up for her lane 5 stagger. She's moving, you can see her coming off the 100, the turn at the 100. She's pumping those arms. Now you can see she's taking a slight lead. Markeitha Gray is coming up, but she's not gonna be able to catch Kimberly Watson. She had a fantastic run. This is our scholar, our 6th position in her class. 2nd win for today.
And there she is, Kimberly Watson, the senior, finishing her career with an outstanding run, and she's a double winner here today at O'Brien Field. She looks more tired than excited, but tonight it may set in. And coming up next, we have the last event of the day. the 1600-meter relay. And Marva, like she said, it has been one of the most exciting days for this event. Everybody back and forth. And here's your entrance for the Class A. Dunlap will start in lane 1, Rockford Lutheran in 2, Niantic, Harrison, Co-op in 4, Tuscola in 5, Monmouth, 6, Anna Jonesboro, Rock Island Alleman out of lane 7, Timothy Christian in lane 8, and Westmont out of lane 9. Capping a great day of track and field here at O'Brien Field is the last event of the day for the Class A 1600 meter. The first runner will run in lanes, and the second runner will be allowed to cut in after the exchange zone. 4 laps, 1600 meters. This one's always exciting because there's a lot of exchanging going on, and passes that don't appear to be so important end up being very critical near the end. Trying to make sure, the starter Mary O'Brien's trying to make sure that all of the runners can both hear her and see her, so we had to get the high jumpers down.
Lane 2. On your mark.
Good start. Monmouth moving very well with their lead runner right now in gold over maroon, running out of lane 5. Also moving well, Rock Island Alleman in green on the outside. As they go around with 300 meters, they will stay in their lanes. You'll get a little bit of an idea. Monmouth moving very well, as you see in the middle of the track, gold over maroon. Making up quite a bit of the stagger on this first leg of 4. It appears still to be Monmouth. Also moving up in the inside is Tuscola, running well. And on the outside is Westmont High School. Westmont appears to be in the lead right now, but remember, you also have the stagger. Now also making a move is Timothy Christian in white over red, moving up now on Monmouth after the early lead. The first exchange when your legs feel dead is Westmont. Westmont with the first exchange on the outside lane will be cutting in after they go around the curve. So Westmont on the outside with your lead, but everybody moving from the inside, and Anna Jonesboro makes the move in blue right now. Anna Jonesboro from the outside moving on in, and a big pack there with her. After 1.5, it's Anna Jonesboro. We're in the back stretch. The third runner finishing with 200 meters to go will hand off to the last runner in the 1600-meter relay. And right now, your leader is Tuscola in gold over black, followed closely by Westmont and gold over maroon. A nice leg by the third runner of Tuscola, who took over the lead at the exchange on this lap. Westmont making a good move right there, followed by Anna Jonesboro. And moving on the outside, Niantic. The first exchange will be Tuscola with 1 lap to go. It is Tuscola, then Westmont. Tuscola with a good lead and a strong leg. That is Kim Von Lanken, who anchored their other relay right now. The busy young sophomore legging it out with 300 meters to go. Followed by Julie Arsenault, who ran also a great leg for her team earlier in a relay. So it's deja vu with Tuscola looking very strong, followed by Westmont, then Anna Jonesboro. There does not seem to be any ground being made up. They are just even, like a string between them, separating them. But now all of a sudden we're getting a little bit of a move by Westmont. Arsenault making a move. Arsenault making a great move here with a little more over about 80 meters to go. Can she catch her? Arsenault moving well, about 40 meters. This is where the legs feel like they're made of glass. Oh my gosh, it's Tuscola and Westmont holding her off in a great quarter-mile leg. Unofficially Eventually that time, 4:03.15, just off the 4:01.5 by Chicago University, a 13-year-old record. The 4 young ladies from Tuscola High School in a great race, anchored by Kim Von Lanken. Here's Tuscola on the outside, passing Westmont. This is the exchange to the 4th runner. Or to the 3rd runner, I'm sorry. And this is where they took the race. And ran their way to history, to a state championship. Now here's the finish. Westmont coming up strong. Arsenault trying to catch up, but being held off by Kim Von Lanken in a great team relay. To finish up, there's the smile of Kim Van Lanken. And she carried the hopes and dreams of her team on that last leg, and you see the reward. Coming up next will be our last event of the day for AA. The same relay, 1,600 meters. In lane 1, Rich Central out of Olympia Fields, Palatine High School in lane 2, Downers Grove North in 3, Sterling in 4, Morgan Park from Chicago in 5, Glenbard North from Carroll Stream in 6, Evanston Township in 7, Springfield Southeast in 8, and LaGrange Lyons Township in lane 9. Well, the last event of the day, as you see the flag blowing over O'Brien Field, and it's capped off some memorable performances. 1,600 meter AA. Record held by East St. Louis Lincoln, 3:44.9 in 1984.
Set. All right, everybody up.
Starter didn't think everyone had gotten a fair chance at that. That's a smart move to do it then and not allow a false start. That's good starting.
All right, here we go. Runners, on your marks.
Fair start. And that's what you want. Moving quickly is Chicago Morgan Park in white over green, making up a lot of stagger in a hurry. Remember, this runner will run all the way in lanes. Hand off to the second runner, will run a curve and then cut in. Moving well right now. You can see Morgan Park in white over green in the middle of the track, moving extremely well. And that's only a 1-lap stagger, and they've made up what would normally be a 2-lap stagger.
True.
It's still Morgan Park. On the outside, it's Lyons Township. And inside of them is Springfield Southeast right now. You're 1, 2, 3. Now, Lyons Township making a big move right now to come in and hand off first. She's got a lot longer to go with the exchange. Morgan Park will hand off first. And then Lyons Township, and inside it was Downers Grove North with a good handoff on that second runner. They're in lanes around the track, cut in at the cones, where the distance runners we've seen all day. First to get there, Chicago Morgan Park. She makes the cut cleanly, followed by Downers Grove North. So after a little over a lap, it's Morgan Park. There, one of the high jumpers, and the competition's still going on. It's been going on all day, and Julie Judelson will have more for us later. There is Morgan Park well in the lead. This is runner number 3 in the 1,600 AA with 100 meters to go before she hands off to her anchor leg runner. Downers Grove North is in second with Evanston, Rich Central, and Sterling.
Is that Rich
But
Central?
it has been all Morgan Park thus far with one runner to go. She takes the baton. Downers Grove North, then Evanston, Rich Central, and Sterling in that order. But no one's going to catch Morgan Park. as she cleanly heads down. You see the field and how spread out they are. It's very unusual to be this spread out in a 1600. That tells you what kind of times Morgan Park is running right here. As you see Evanston moving up right now, looking to pass Downers Grove North, and also making a move on the outside of Rich Central is Sterling. But it's all Morgan Park with less than 200 to go. White over green, Morgan Park. Delia Vallejo, a senior, running an anchor leg, and she looks so smooth and easy. No one's going to contest for a state championship for them. Unofficially, that time, 3:52.97. Downers North heading for second. Then Evanston, and it's a fight on the inside. Rich Central, we believe, Nip Sterling at the tape, but your champ is going to be Chicago Morgan Park. Inside, Rich Central, we believe, Nip Sterling at the tape, but your champ is going to be Chicago Morgan Park, and a fine day by that whole team.
And your runner-ups in the Class A 1600-meter relay with a 10:4:03.180 to Monmouth Co-op.
Here's the anchor runner for Morgan Park.
Sarah Carlton,
Now of a championship relay team.
Marianne Stanton, and Heather Earl. And the champions of the final event in the Class A, the 1600-meter
Yeah, you're looking at the beginning of the race. It was a good start, and we'd have to give credit. It was a team effort, but we'd have to give credit to that first leg who really got out there and established the lead. And there was no problem after that time. This first leg ran a good leg. It was a team effort. They all continued, but the lead girl was the key.
And Kim Van Lyken,
Notice the form, stride length,
Pascola, the champion.
all motion going forward. She's making up the stagger. You can see her right there catching up on Evanston right outside over there. And there you see at the finish, Chicago Morgan Park, the AA Relay 1600 champions. And we'll be back with more right after this. Now that you've seen all our running events, we'd like to take you to Julie Judelson for the results of the field events.
Thank you, Ann. I'll be your tour guide for 8 events all in all. We'll start with the single A events. We'll also go through double A, shot put, discus, high jump, and long jump. We'll start here, single A high jump with 15 finalists and the bar at 4-1. The winner comes from Belleville. Junior Beth Vollinger takes the gold after clearing the bar at 5'6". Now we go to the long jump, where yesterday Julie Walk from Neoga jumped 18 feet 1/4 inch. So hers was the time to beat today, but no one could surpass Walk. She takes the gold. Julie, your jump yesterday of 18 1/4 actually won it for you, and not one of yours today. What was the difference between yesterday and today?
Yesterday I got my feet on the board right. And today I'm sore from yesterday with all my running events, and I just didn't touch the board very well today.
Because you had to depend on this jump from yesterday, do you have a lot of butterflies going on?
No, because I knew that this one counted, so it kind of made it easier, knowing that I had an 18-foot jump. It made it easier on me and less pressure, I guess.
Now this girl is only a sophomore, so what can we expect in the next 2 years? Bigger stock, bigger jumps?
Hopefully, yeah. I guess I'll just see how it happens. I mean, I don't know.
In the class single A discus, St. Francis Junior Meg Moore takes first with a throw of 139.8, but falls short of the state record.
Just wanted to do my best and see what happens. I was surprised. I thought a lot of the competitors were going to come up and do a lot better because, you know, they could really throw, but I'm happy with how it ended. It was, you know, it was nice end of the season.
In the shot put, junior Jenny Foltz from Byron takes the gold medal. The winning distance, 40 feet, 7 inches.
I really threw well here. Last year I only hit like 37.9, and I hit 40 feet, like 7 inches this time, which is I think like 2 inches under my personal best. Other than that, I'm really excited about it.
That concludes our coverage of the Class Single A field events. Let's go now to Class Double A. Earlier I told you Ottawa senior Tricia Wygand had the chance to repeat in the shot put. So does she? And the answer is yes. Tricia Wygand is the shot put champ for the second year in a row with a distance of 44 feet, 7.5 inches. But the win is bittersweet for Wygand. She wanted the state record.
I just wanted to go for the state title, which it's kind of disappointing not to get it, but I know that I tried my hardest, so. And it's just fun to come down here and represent Ottawa High School at the state meet and have a good time.
Discus Pollyanna Johns takes the gold with a distance of 137.6. But this win means more than just a medal to Johns.
I'm glad because I'm winning this for my coach who is sick in the hospital, so this is for him, Coach Frisch.
Moving to the high jump now, Canton senior Nora Weber jumped 5'11" in the sectionals last week. A 5'10.5" jump here today would tie the record, but Weber just can't make it. Still, her 5'9" jump wins her the gold. Nora, first of all, congratulations on winning. How disappointed are you about not breaking the record?
Well, I'm not that disappointed. I mean, I wanted first more than anything, but it was a little shaky because I didn't get it because I knew I could, and I really wanted it, but I'm not upset with myself or anything, so.
Now, after you won it, you made the 5'9" jump. You came over to your mom and said, what should I do? Should I go for 5'10" or 5'10.5"? What went through your mind there?
Well, I knew that I just didn't know which one I should go for. If I should just slowly go up higher and then bypass 10.5, or just go to 10.5 right away because I didn't know if I had enough energy left to do it or not.
It looked like you were very close on that second jump in particular.
Yeah, I had it and just barely nicked it. I just must have dragged my legs just too long, but I had it.
Heading over to long jump now, Christine Brunswick from Oak Park River Forest High School had the longest jump yesterday. But today she fares even better, winning the gold with a jump of 19 feet, 4¼ inches. So the winning jump was Christine's second jump, 19, 4¼ How did you feel going into that jump?
I felt really motivated. I was focused, and I felt confident. The wind helped a little bit, I think. I felt really good.
Christine, could you tell us the difference between your performance last year and this year? Have you matured?
I think I have matured, and last year I was scratching. I scratched, I think, 3 times, and this year I think that because I got on the board on the 19.4 jump, that made it.
That's it from the field events. After this break, we'll return with more.
Quiet now, but just a short time ago, there was a lot of yelling and screaming and crying as the team standings were announced. In Class A, in third place, Mendota with 23 points. The state runners-up, Tuscola with 28 points. And the 1993 state champions, Timothy Christian of Elmhurst. In Double A, we had another good race. In third place, Palatine with 42 points. Closely, Evanston Township with 43. And for the 11th out of 12 years, the Tigerettes of East St. Louis Lincoln again take the trophy back home. Marvin, I'll be right back with a final word about today's action. Well, Marv, it's been another great day at track, and it sure was great to work with you again. I think we had something for everyone today.
Yes, it certainly has been an interesting and exciting track meet. I think all of the competitors are champions in their own right because they made it down here for a state final championship. In particularly, though, I'd like to mention Treasure Schultz, who took first in the 3200 and the 1600. She's a 2-time state champion again, and also Kimberly Watson, who did a very good job in the 100 and the 200. But all in all, it was a very exciting meet. It was nice working with you as usual.
Well, we look forward to seeing you here next year, so join us again in 1994. At this time, Sports Channel would like to thank H. David Fry, Ola Bundy, and all those at the Illinois High School Association for making this championship event possible. Additional thanks to Joan Schmidt, the meet manager here from Eastern Illinois University. Remember to stay tuned for Bulls Playoff Headquarters, the Eastern Conference Finals on Sports Channel. Game 2 on Tuesday. The tip-off 93, Bulls versus the Knicks. Check your local listings. Producer and director, Jim Corno Jr. Graphics by Bart Fox. Remote facilities were provided by Trio Video. And our executive producer is Greg Bowman. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.